As my good friend will testify, you can make love to a boy, you can make love to a girl, or you can make love to, I apologize, a lady boy. That's an entire 50% increase in your opportunities. And you wonder why I live here. Imagine my delight at coming to Malaysia and finding 3 options instead of 2. I would use the analogy of being a young boy, fond of ice cream. I fucking love ice cream. But forever, all I had was 2 choices, vanilla and strawberry. For the purposes of this analogy, vanilla is the lady and strawberry is the man. I only ever had 2 choices. I've come to Malaysia and suddenly, yes of course, we have vanilla, we have strawberry, but we also have chocolate. And I have to say, I think chocolate's my favourite. As you know, with transgendered individuals, they come in 2 broad categories, post-operative and pre-operative. If you like chocolate and chocolate chip. One of them has bits. So here I am, in Malaysia, indulging in my favourite flavours. Vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. Because my favourite ice cream has always been Neapolitan. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special performer for you now. He is in every sense of the word sick, quite twisted. I'm sure you're going to like him an awful lot more than I like this mic stand. I think that's done the job. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one and only Mr. Joe Christian.
How you guys doing tonight? How you guys doing tonight? Ah, not fucking with that shit. Why don't we just give it up for Matt? Matt hasn't got enough applause tonight. Give it up for Matt. Yeah. The only father I know that dressed his kid up like the Predator just so he could go around and tell everybody, look, a child predator. And let's give it up to all the women who use a vibrator while pregnant and wonder why their children stutter. And last but not least, let's give it up to Amy Winehouse. 174 days of sobriety, I knew she could do it. And I'm really glad she chose this way. So it's 2012, yay, everybody excited? Did you have a good New Year? That's great, my New Year sucked. Got thrown in jail for punching a guy in the face. You know, when a Muslim counts down from 10, my instincts kicked in. But the best thing about that it's January and not 2011 is fucking Christmas is over. Because I hate Christmas. But, oh, thank you. Glad you put your 2 cents in. I hate Christmas, and I think it really began See, I was devastated when I found out there was no Santa Claus. That means my father's the one who molested me. Hey, you can't ooh on that one, that's me! Now, as you can tell, I'm a slightly different comic. I like a different kind of laughter. I like that kind of laughter that's like... It's the kind of that says, I support you, just not publicly. Can't wait to go home and tell my friends that joke. Now, when you feel that, that's coming from right here. Sadness and human empathy. Like, if you saw someone fall down a flight of stairs at a home for the blind. Yeah, that one. I love that one. Thank you. That's the laughter I like. Thank you. Now see, that came from here. And then afterwards, it should go up here with context and logic. Now, if you get upset over anything I say, and I'm pretty sure you might, it's coming too much from here, and then up here, you're stupid. So, for Christmas, all my wife wanted was a fish spot. Beginning of list, middle of list, end of list, fish spot. So today, I finally had it installed in the house. And I really hope she likes it. Because those fish balls are expensive. Piranha aren't cheap. Maybe I should have just got her chocolate. Always talking about chocolate. Joe, don't let me in that aisle. You know I'm addicted to chocolate. No, don't buy that for me. I'm addicted to chocolate. No, fucking annoying. So one day, I drove her to the city. We drove over and I showed her a meth addict. And I said, see honey, you see that right there? Now why can't you be that skinny? But for Christmas, I got a Japanese sushi knife. I was so excited, I used it to open up every Christmas gift I got. It's a shame about that puppy. But for Christmas, my relatives came, her relatives came, and it really reminded me exactly why you move away from them. Because nobody seems to get along. Everybody wants to have discussions over dinner that are slightly inappropriate. Like my grandfather, all during dinner, talking about the war. Oh, the war this, oh, war this. It's like, God, Grandpa, stop talking about the war over dinner. Nobody cares how many Jews you killed. But the hardest thing is, on my wife's side, her mother is a devout Christian. Oh, those are fun. Because she always wants to have a debate, always wants to have an argument. She knows I'm an atheist, so she thinks it's her duty to convert. So during the dinner, we had a little bit of a discussion that got a little heated. And at the end, she was like, well, what about abortion? I was like, oh boy, this is great over turkey. She was like, what if Jesus was aborted? I was like, well, then he would have died for your sins earlier. And maybe there would be no cross. Or maybe the cross would just be a lot smaller. Or the way Americans have to westernize and market everything to be better, it'd just be a baby and a vacuum cleaner on his head. But in gold, because you know, it's precious. So, now that Christmas is finally over, my side is moved left, her side's still here. Why? Chinese New Year. Oh yeah, Chinese New Year. The time where all the relatives basically pick on my wife and I, when are you having kids? When are you going to have kids? It's like, I don't think we're really ready for kids. We can hardly keep plants alive. So we've been married for 5 years. 5 wonderful years. Marriage is a wonderful institution. And who doesn't want to be institutionalized, right, guys? Yeah. So, we don't have any kids, but we're planning on it. My friend, he just had a baby. So all we're hearing about is, oh, it's such a miracle we had a baby. Oh, it's such a miracle. Oh, it's such a miracle. Wait, you were having sex, right? Well, that's not really a miracle. That's the shit that happens. Now, if she wasn't pregnant, that would have been a miracle. You're not pregnant? Sure? Not pregnant? Oh, okay, one for you, buddy. No, it's good. They had an accident baby, and that's really good. Because that's what you should have. Because people that go around saying the fact that, oh, we're working on having a baby. Oh, we're working on having a baby. That's just gross. Working on having a baby, it's like, we're making little people look like us. Yeah, little yous and me's. Yeah. That just takes the nice, sweaty, disgusting thing about sex and just turns it really weird. Really, really strange. I'm just letting you rest up for the next stuff. But it was a rough year last year. Last year, we lost my wife's grandmother. No, guys. Don't worry. We found her. But she was dead. And another thing, my best friend's wife had a horrible car accident and died. It was devastating. I really couldn't believe I was just going to have sex with her one more time. Oh, that's the kind of laughter I like. Oh, and aw is kind of like laughter. Just for pussies. But as you can probably guess, I am American, and you can't fucking boo me because we ended the war. Yeah, but I kind of wish the war was still going on. I really do. See, I supported the troops. I did my part. I sent them care packages. Sent them a lot of care packages. Because they're up there with no women, no alcohol, there's nothing for them to do. So I sent them porn. And not this DVD-9 pirated bullshit. No. I sent them Blu-rays. Yeah, high quality stuff. But not just the ordinary sex. No. I sent them amputee porn. Because you know, eventually, they are going to be into that. But the reason why I think we should keep the war going is wars were designed to end problems, not create new ones. This is a time for every country to join together and dump their problems in one event. Like the homeless. Fuck, they're not doing anything. You don't have to give them anything, just tell them, hey, there's a guy up there, he's got a box of wine and a jar of coins. Go get him. I once saw a homeless guy fall down a flight of stairs, crack his head open on the concrete, bleeding. 20 minutes later, he's buying change again. Now that's a fucking Navy SEAL if I've ever seen one. No more on BBC would you hear about this person died, that person. It would say, homelessness, problem solved. What about pedophiles? Do you want them living next to you? No. Dump our pedophiles over there. What better way to spread democracy than one mouthful of cum at a time? I like how only a group laughed. Everybody else was like, oh, fuck that. This I cannot support. Think about it. If God didn't like pedophiles, then why do you make kids so sexy? What about murderers? prison's full of them. You don't have to train them, you don't have to give them any high-tech weapons. Just give them what they're fucking used to. Here, Billy Bob, here's your claw hammer back. Go get them. We support you. They will take care of everything. And that will eliminate all our problems. But I guess the big thing that everybody's talking about is the war's over, Bin Laden's dead, yay, yay, yay. I'm a little sad. I was starting to like the guy. But the worst thing was, as soon as they got rid of him, then they started talking about, oh, his home is full of porn, he drinks Coca-Cola, he hogs the remote, he takes sex pills. I'm like, he doesn't fucking hate Americans. He's practicing to be one. But it got me wondering, what the hell porn could he be into? What porn? Maybe it would just be Muslim porn. Like Ramadan your throat. A little jihad in your eye. Martyrs of ass destruction. Or my personal favorite, Allah anal all the time. Or the new one that just came out, 2 girls, 1 burqa. I love this guy's laugh. You gotta hang out on me the other nights when people are like, I cannot believe he fucking said that.
Yeah, Joe.
But being the fact I have a lot of time on my hands during the day, there's one thing I love. I love the internet. I love the internet because you can pretty much, if you ever thought that you had a weird sexual fantasy, you don't. There's always at least one person that has a little tinier strange than you. Like donkey fucking. Now, my friend sent me a video of donkey funkin'. Now, I really would not be interested in this, but I looked at it like, well, someone took some time to film it. You know, obviously this actor's life is not really going to plan. It's really not like the guy said, you know what? If I take acting classes and I practice really hard, maybe someday I'll get the fuck the donkey. But as depressing as that sounds, think about the people that have to do the lighting and the sound. Where the fuck is their life gone from? I'm like, oh, could you imagine the stress that would be on these guys? Be like, yeah, that was great, but you have to fuck the donkey again. The boomstick was in the view. What kind of ass beating you're gonna get if the guy has to fuck the donkey twice? Now the worst thing is, you get the weirdest porn, like German and Japanese porn. They're the weirdest shit imaginable. I guess that when you lose a war, you need to take it out on each other sexually. Because the German porn, literally, one lady is shitting on the guy. Now, I couldn't understand it, which is really hard, because it's really hard to jerk off when you can't translate. Is this a punishment or reward? What the fuck is going on? But think about it. 2 people showed up to work one day. So, director, what are we doing today? Well, what we're gonna do is, you're gonna lie there, and she's gonna shit on you. And they both went, okay. But what is going through the guy's mind as he's laying there, as these snacks are falling down on him? In his head, is he thinking to himself, where the fuck fuck did my life come from here? I wanted to be a lawyer. How did it get from wanting to be a lawyer? Where turn did I make where I went from becoming a lawyer to having shit on me? Just sit there waiting for this fiery zeppelin to come down. And what happens if it bounces off? Do you put it back on? What the hell? I don't want my porn to have so much instructions and so many challenges. Japanese is funnier. I'm just trying to keep up. What the hell? It's so hard to watch when your eyes are shaking like this. Here's the thought. Do you wonder if camels ever look down and go, I got vagina toe? So yeah, as I mentioned before, I am an atheist. No room for talking right there. But one thing I am hoping for 2012 is, whatever your beliefs are, keep them there. I don't care what religion you are, keep it. I don't like how, especially Christians, because I can't really talk about the other ones, but the Christians always want to impose what their views are. They're like, we're God's children. Don't you remember what happened to the last child? Not a good idea. Not a good idea. People always want to say, oh, and then because of that, they always say, oh, because God didn't make Adam and Steve, made Adam and Eve. You can't marry. That's kind of stupid. And then you hear things like, oh, if they start having sex with each other, pretty soon they'll want to have sex with animals. Really? Really? Are we still there? Come on. I mean, it's not really hard to put a ring on a finger or fuck a goat. If we all just focus on what we personally need to do, then everything's fine. But we always want to label, you can say this, you can't say that, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's why this show like this is great. Because you can say the taboo that you want to say without having to worry about other people taking it personally or thinking that I'm actually thinking most of the things that I'm saying. You know, it's just the way we need to be. Like, there are certain things that people get angry that you talk about. Like domestic violence. They say you can't talk about domestic violence. Yes, you can. See, I think my sister is being abused. Now, I don't really have any proof, but I was over her house last night. Her cooking is much better. And I know domestic violence shouldn't make jokes about, but could you imagine how awesome domestic violence would be if everybody knew karate? Oh, that'd be fun to watch. You could put it on pay-per-view, I'd pay all day. Why is this connected over here? But, yeah, as I mentioned before, wife and I have been married for 5 years, and one of the hardest things that we've found is trying to keep sex fun. Like, just the other night, my wife and I were laying in bed, and she says, Joe, I want you to pee on me. Now, At no time have I ever thought of peeing on anyone. But it turns out, I'm pretty good at it. And what the hell? I just got the green light. So there I am peeing on her. All of a sudden she starts screaming. Like it's my fault she talks in her sleep. But we are getting pretty worried. My wife still hasn't had her period. I mean, fuck, she's already 15. Yeah, I'm going to hell for that one. That's okay. Because hopefully I won't have relatives there. Can you imagine going to heaven? That's where all your dead relatives are. Well, fuck, that's where I don't want to be. Going to heaven. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Daddy. Hi, Uncle. What the fuck are you doing here? Oh, yeah, you used to work for the church. Oh, please. We all know that priests touch boys. Now, the Pope last year condoned the use of condoms. And he said only during specific reasons. Of course, one of the reasons was leaving evidence in children. One man's trash is another man's treasure. What an awesome title for a secondhand store. What an absolutely horrible title for an adoption agency. So, good news, my wife's pregnant. Yeah. So next week, we're going to find out if it's a boy or an abortion. That joke was specifically for the Chinese. Wanted them to feel like they were at home. Now finally, one of the things is about my wife, she always wants to try new things in bed. Like last week, she said, during sex, I want you to carry me. Look at me. This is going to be fun. I said, honey, now you realize I'm strong for about a minute to a minute and a half. Okay. So, we're starting. I'm up there. You okay, honey? You okay? You okay? You okay, honey? You know I love you. Thank you very much, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joe Christ. If you'll excuse me for a moment, we have a small amount of removing to do. Did we enjoy Joe? Yes. I asked you earlier in the evening what you expected by Sick and Twisted, and I think there was your answer. wasn't actually a joke, but thank you for laughing. It's so much more fun, isn't it, when you're enjoying it? Now, did anyone in the room catch an interview that we gave to BFM 89.9 earlier this week? Very good, very good. Now, you may have heard on the station we were warmly welcomed by, I believe, the evening edition. We were fortunate enough to have the host of the show, Mr. Ezra Zide, with us tonight. Now, on the show, we gave you the setup to a joke that BFM 89.9 pussied out of telling us the punchline. So I'm afraid, Ezra, you need to come onto the stage now. It's a word next to me. I'm afraid it's your joke and you're entirely responsible for it. It's okay, I know what you're thinking. You're looking and you're thinking, imagine those two making love. It's okay. It's okay. I'm thinking the same thing. Now, in case you missed the show, the setup was, correct me if I'm wrong, what did the blind, deaf, and dumb baby get for Christmas? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ezra Zide.
What did the dumb, blind, and deaf kid get for Christmas? Cancer.
He's a bad, bad man. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ezra Zide. Thank you so much for that. Now, we have for you on all of our Comedy Thursday nights, we like to have a first timer, a virgin that I break in upon the stage. And the next gentleman is somebody who has never before performed stand-up comedy. However, I'm sure you know him. He's a wonderful man, and I'm sure he'll be hilariously funny. Please put your hands together for the one, the only, Mr. Patrick Teoh.
Switch the mic on lah, so hay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Teoh. Some of you might remember me. Yeah, I can hear somebody going in the back. Yeah, Patrick Teoh, isn't it? He used to be on the radio, bugger. Yeah. Patrick Teoh. He dabbles a bit in acting, TV, stage, movies, and all that. Some guy over there said, yeah lah, bastard Patrick Teoh, isn't it? Grumpy, cynical, and I heard, damn arrogant and lancy, you know. Let's get one thing straight here. That's Lena Teoh. My name is Patrick Teoh. I know what you're thinking. I know what a lot of you are thinking. So, this is what a scared 64-year-old man looks like. Scared about what? I'm scared because this is the first time I'm doing this comedy thing. I've never ever done it before. Like the shirt? The S stands for scared shitless. You know, ladies and gentlemen, before I came on stage, I, of course, did some homework. I asked for advice from some of the masters of comedy. And one of the advices I was given is, Patrick, you must never, ever start a set by telling the audience that you're scared. So fuck you! After I did that, another master came and said, hey Patrick, it's almost fucking suicide to intimidate the audience right at the beginning of the show. So I'm really sorry I said fucking. I'm really sorry I said fuck you, I don't really mean that. Although looking around the room, some of you are actually quite fuckable. Especially him. Yeah. Oh, did you see the funny comedy in the newspapers today? Did you know that Lee Chong Wei beat Lin Dan in the Korean Open because Rosma Mansour gave him advice? Apparently, Rosma said to him, hey Chong Wei, when you play against Lin Dan, you must not look at his eyes. I mean, good advice, but I mean, if she was playing Lin Dan, she'd be looking at his cock. Not because she wants his cock, she's short lah. I have a script, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm 64 years old, it's hard to memorize 7 fucking pages, you know. You think it's easy, you try it. And by the way, I'm actually very shocked to see that there are so many fucking closeted, sick and twisted buggers in this town. I mean, we sold out 420 tickets because you saw the title of this show was Sick and Twisted. Oh, damn good one. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I mean, looking at you, some of you fellas are like this Indian couple over here from PJ, probably go to St. Francis Xavier Church, right? Normally, when this couple hear the word fuck, man, hey, get put water, wash your ears. Tonight, they're fucking laughing, man. Jesus Christ. The line at the confessionals will be very long next Sunday. You know, when I first told my friends that I was scared about doing this sick and twisted stand-up comedy thing, everybody said, yeah, Patrick, what for you want to be scared? You've been doing radio for 40 fucking years, man, what's there to be scared of? I mean, radio is very, very different from being up here. On the radio, I say something, I don't care if you laugh. I'm in the studio with my microphone and my ego. I think it's funny, that's good. Right, Ezra? And some people also tell me, yeah, don't worry, Patrick. You're the voice of God. Voice of God? How can? I'm a man. Oh, you didn't get that joke, okay. I should have said, I'm male. Still don't get it. Okay, never mind. Who wrote that? Anyway, there is actually a story behind this voice of God thing. It happened many, many years ago when I was the MC for an event called the Asian Advertising Congress. And on the opening day of the event, this big shot, the CEO from a big agency in New York City, came to make the keynote address. And the moment he stepped on stage and stepped up to the rostrum, things started to fuck up big time. Because the event was held at the UMNO building, so... Now he stepped up to the rostrum, the microphone didn't work, the visuals went all wrong, and after a few minutes of that, he said in total exasperation, he said, "Oh God, what's happening?" And I, as the MC, replied, "Yes, you called." and yeah. A lot of people thought that was funny then too. And after that, an advertising magazine from Hong Kong wrote a story about me, and they titled it "The Voice of God." So that's how the name came about. Actually, one of the questions most often asked of me is, "Hey, Jake, how come you got such a nice microphonic voice?" Microphonic voice. Well, I want to tell you that a voice, of course, is God-given. So God gave me this voice. And I suppose He did that because He felt sorry for giving me these legs of shit. I mean, God is fair, right? I like this guy in the front row. He's only got one eye, but he's got a great sense of humor. Actually, after that Voice of God thing was over and done with, I became simply known as the Voice of Malaysia, or simply as The Voice. That was until some Australian fucker by the name of Joe Hasham came out and started doing all those fucking voiceovers for BFM radio. La. Yeah. Bumfuck Malaysia. BFM 89.9. And how many of you here listen to BFM? Yeah. So you must have heard those god fucking awful commercials where Joe Hasham, this fucking Lebanese Australian, is trying to teach another Mansale bugger to speak like a Malaysian. La. Right? He's teaching this other Mansale, you know, to speak Malaysian properly, you have to, you can't say Negeri Sembilan, because we always stress only on the second syllable. It should be Negeri Sembilan. La. I mean, it's about fucking time somebody told this bloody Matsalis that just because you fuck an old Malay woman and act lie at the end of the sentence, it doesn't make you Malaysian. Just the same as buying an Air Asia ticket to Perth, drinking Fosters and fucking shit makes you an Australian? Oh, wait a minute. Australians don't fuck shit, that's New Zealand. Okay, the title of this show is Sick and Twisted. And personally, I think it is goddamn sick and twisted of those Mansale buggers from Time Out magazine to make a cha-cha fucker like me do a 10-minute stand-up act. Stand up. Oh, you got it. Always the wisecracks will come from the Indian fuckers now. They gotta be good for something. Nowadays, even the roti canai is made by the bloody Myanmaris, right? Anyway. So far, most of the sick and twisted jokes you've been enjoying, and you should be ashamed of yourself enjoying this crap. Most of the sick and twisted jokes you've been enjoying have come from the bloody guailos, right? They've all been telling sick and twisted jokes. And it's actually quite nice that nowadays we can laugh with the guailos. Because years ago we used to laugh at them, right? The fuckers come to a tropical country, take off all their clothes, lie on the beach under the hot sun, get sunburn and skin cancer. Use the umbrella, so high. Oh, in case you're Matsale or a Guaylo, so high means handsome fella. Stupid cunts. Actually, I'm glad that we have a chance to laugh with the Guaylos nowadays. Actually, we have a lot to thank the Guaylos for. Yeah? If not for the stupid Guaylos paying. If we didn't have stupid Guaylos willing to pay 30 ringgit for a cup of coffee, we won't have a bangsa, man. And also, something I don't understand. These Guaylo fellas come to Malaysia, right? They are tall, fair, blonde hair, blue eyes, fat wallets. But they always go out with the ugly women. Why? What we all consider ugly, they find very exotic. So okay lah, let them fuck the exotics, we Malaysians fuck the babes. Yeah, Guaylos came to Malaysia so that ugly Malaysian women can have sex. So I think you should all give a big round of applause to the Guaylos. Okay, that was a rather bad attempt so that I can have a look at the script, yeah? How far have we got? So are you done already? In the lineup tonight, we've laughed at the Guaylos already, but in the lineups tonight, we also have one Malay fucker who's going to come on stage and tell you sick and twisted jokes. Now, nowadays we have no choice. We have to laugh with the Malays because we can't laugh at them anymore. They have been laughing at us for the past 54 fucking years. Apa ni? When you buy a house, you have to pay full price here. Oh, Betty, you boleh kahwin, you can only marry one wife at a time, huh? So, oh, wait. Oh, you punya children all go to university, you kena bayar sendiri, kan? So, hey, but we all can gamble, drink alcohol, and eat pork, okay? Well, that usually shuts them up. And you will notice one thing, that there are no Indians in the lineup tonight. The African fucker doesn't count. There are no Indians in the lineup for Sick and Twisted. Why? Is it important? I tell you, we Chinese Malaysians are the most racist fuckers when it comes to Indians. It's always killing guai, you know, killing guai this, killing guai that, you know. Tell everybody killing guai always get drunk only lah, beat their wife lah, you know. All useless one killing guai until you need a good lawyer to save your ass in court. Or you're in a hospital with some dreaded disease. Oh, Indian doctor, please. Because the Malay doctor doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And the Chinese doctor charges too much. So, there you go. If you don't know it already, we are a multi-racist country. Malaysia has always been a multi-racist country. And part of the problems we're having today is because people like Najib, the Prime Minister, the part of the problem is people like Najib want to make us into a multicultural one Malaysia, no racism, how can? I mean, back when I was a kid, the Malay fuckers were always lazy bastards, the Indian fellas were always drunk, and the Chinese fellas were always greedy. And we got along fine. Now Malay fellas cannot drink alcohol, cannot gamble, cannot do this, cannot do that, cannot go to church. That's supposed to be better. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you probably know that so far I have not done any sick and twisted jokes. Because I'm basically a very nice guy. I mean, the only thing sick and twisted about me are these shitty legs that I have. You know, when I was 8 years old, I got sick and I contracted polio, which twisted my legs. And since then, I look like a midget on matchsticks run over by a truck in China. Twice. These days, of course, polio is virtually unknown. I mean, the polio vaccine has been around for decades and decades, and now babies are born straight away, they get a polio vaccine, no problem. I wasn't so lucky. I missed the polio vaccine by just 2 years. If I had been born 2 years later, I would have been saved. Wow, you're a very caring audience. If I had been born 2 years later, I would have been saved, no polio. But then you see, my only sibling is 14 years older than I am. That means my parents didn't have sex for 14 years. Not with each other, lah. I'm beginning to like this one-eyed guy more and more. So I thought, it's a bit selfish, isn't it, to ask Mama and Papa to put up that fuck for another couple of years, right? I'd do a show for this guy if he was alone in the audience. Yeah. But nowadays, having these shitty legs does have certain privileges. Like, I can sometimes park in the handicapped parking space with a clear conscience and without the chat sign to tell everybody what I am, you know. You notice I use the word sometimes because it's very rare to find an empty handicapped parking spot this time. Because you fuckers park in them, right? Jesus Christ. Okay, of course, being a chat fella does have its privileges, like if there was an emergency, I'm not expected to help, right? And being a chat fella, I can always get a seat on the train, the bus, or the LRT if I live in Australia. And by the way, which fucker in Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka came up with the word cacat? Because no matter whether you understand what it means or not, it just sounds wrong. Hello, meet my friend Patrick, he's cacat. See, I mean, no matter how you say it, it just sounds very cruel. Cacat. Years ago, they used to call people like us cripples. Then they became kinder and said, oh, you're physically challenged. But you're fucked for life, man. Jesus Christ. Now, if I tell you folks, I am actually physically challenged, you'd say to me, no, Patrick, we never noticed or so. Or if I say, I'm handicapped, you say, no lah Patrick, where God? okay what? But chat is a condemnation, isn't it? So don't ever tell anybody that he's chat. But in the early days, I used to, because of my chatness, I used to get a lot of consoling hugs from people. See this bugger walking with his bloody shitty legs. And they say, actually, Patrick, you're quite lucky, you know. What the fuck? Actually, Patrick, you're quite lucky, you know. Your polio is probably the reason why God gave you such a wonderful voice. Let me tell you, folks, things like that don't work. I mean, what the fuck? Is it like God one day looked at me and said, oh God, this poor boy is never going to make the football team. So I've got to be fair to him. I'm God. So I'm going to bless him with a wonderful voice. Not any voice, but a voice which people one day will say sounds exactly the same as mine. That is not a consoling statement, ladies and gentlemen, so don't say that to me. It's like telling Harith Iskandar to thank God for being fat and bald, otherwise all women would take pity and marry the fucker. But, you know, I can't escape from the fact that I am Tata. So I was quite relieved that I got a job on radio. As a joke there. I was quite relieved that I got a job on radio. And because radio, back when I started, was very, very different from what it is now. Nowadays, you have to be model, drop-dead gorgeous looking. You have to dress hip and speak cool and hip. And you don't have to speak English. Back when I started radio, you don't have to look, you know, handsome or beautiful. You don't have to dress hip, you know. But I could speak English. Back in the days when I started radio, nobody in radio looks good. Everybody is fucking ugly. I mean, those aunties from PJ will remember Ellen Zachariah, right? You want to frighten children? Show them pictures. Oh, but of course we did have Miss Malaya Yasmin Yusof. See what I mean? So I have to face facts. I'm Chat, I'm old, short, fat, ugly. So, actually, short, fat, ugly, not so bad. Worst I could do is marry a prime minister.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be personally offended if you don't clap one more time for Mr. Pat.
Go Patrick!
I'm just going to bend over a short time. Number one, because I don't really have any jokes to tell, so I won't be up very long. And number two, I quite like it. Have you enjoyed the evening so far?
Yeah!
As a special treat for being quite the most divine audience I've had the pleasure to perform in front of, I have one more act for you this evening. I'm sure you're going to absolutely love him. Please put your hands together for the one and only Mr. Hisham Rise.